I just cracked a few thrownable drain packs and there's going to be 3 cards, I think 3 or 4, that are going to make it into this build. Most of the other ones will go into future builds. And of course, all the comments by now are mostly repeats. So this is going to be a Dalakos. I'm going to call him Dalakos. A Dalakos build. It's going to be an early build. I'm going to be adding a lot more Theros 2 cards. And so for now, this is really kind of like a draft build where I'll basically be pointing out all the things that I want to do with it later on. I'm going to show the 3 cards that I just pulled that I know for sure I really need it in the deck, and I'm sure at least this one's going to make it to the final build because I'm going to be on artifacts, instants and sorceries, but also blue and red devotion. So more creatures. It's going to go into legendaries. So in the case of Dalakos, not Daxos, Dalakos. Daxos is the white creature, legendary. So you tap it. So it's a 3/2/4. It doesn't fly, so it's really almost like an artifact itself, legendary artifact almost. You tap it, you add 2 mana, and you can spend it for artifacts or activate abilities of artifacts. And equipped creatures you control have flying and haste. So I have very little equipment right now, and this is the big part in this deck build that I think will get amplified later. So I have this card. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. I'll shoo in into this deck, and when it enters the battlefield, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard, and tap it. Choose target artifact in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. I'm gonna go for a 20-20-20 mix. That is 20 enchantments, 20 mostly instants and sorceries, and 20 creatures. I guess in the mostly instants and sorceries, I'm gonna throw in a few enchantments, even though I don't have anything in here that makes enchantments happy. It's all about artifacts and instants and sorceries. So I'm pulling in this beautiful foil Saheeli that I pulled from a War of the Spark pack. And so it's going to give me creature tokens. I can copy an artifact. And I'll see if that helps. But yeah, definitely. So these are 3 picks. 2 for my creature count. 1 for my 20 non-artifact, non-creature counts. Then I've got only 3 equipment, and they're not that great. So this is the part of this deck which is really going to need a lot of help. Okay, so these 3 artifacts are going to be in it. One of them recently issued in Theros 2. And I'm not on elementals, but this equipment does not prefer elementals. I keep saying that all the time. So definitely these 3 go into my pile for artifacts, and I'll keep them off camera right there, okay, while I hit the tripod. And then I'm going to proceed going through the what I would call the choice cards. So these are the artifacts, whether they're colored or not colored does not matter. And some will go into creatures, and some will go into non-creatures, just pure artifacts. So yeah, let's see how many of these I want to pull into the build. And each aura, so it protects a creature at an aura that's about to get hit. I'm not on auras. I'm really on equipment, so I don't think it's going to matter to have this card in here. When it enters the battlefield, untap target artifact you control. That's not bad. I'll take it. Yeah. Defender, tap it, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that I can untap. Whenever a knight, I'm not on knights, I'm not sure that I care. Then the amulet, search for a basic land. That's good. I'll keep it. Enters the battlefield, move a +1/+1 counter. I don't think I need that here. 3, which can be reduced to 1 by Dalakos. Sack it, deals 3 damage to target creature. Yeah, anything that I can reduce the mana for will help. It won't be helped in the casting, but it'll be helped by the mana cost. add 1 mana of any color. I'm not as desperate for that in here, and neither am I for this one. And I'm not really on gaining life. I do want to play with a graveyard, so I don't want to shut down graveyard. So I'm not interested in this wonderful, beautiful card. Very useful card. 4 that I can reduce to 2. Sack it, deals 3 damage. I'll keep it. Then causing somebody to exile from their graveyard, sacking it, exile something from the graveyard. That's good. Draw a card. But I've got other things that I want to do with artifacts. 3 that can be reduced to 1 to tap it, hit for 1, and when it goes into the graveyard, you can hit 5 damage to any target, and it costs 3, which can be reduced to 1. That's very good. Another 3-drop that can be reduced to 1. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. Yeah, I can pick either blue or red, and I'm good to go pumping those creatures. The dummy 2/2/1. Yes, I can cast it for free, and I'm not. But this is, yeah, I'm not sure if this counts as an activated ability. It's just an ability. I don't think I'm going to put this guy in. This guy is good because I can cast him for 4 and I can scry 2. So he's a good pick. I can give it flying, but it's one of those that it's not really an activated ability. It's just an ability. Defender, giving everything haste. Not bad. And I can drop it for free. Yeah, not bad. No, I'm not going to do that. And a 2/2/1 flyer, first strike, wouldn't be so bad in this deck because of Dalakos. And yet another flyer, that would be a 2/2/3 if Dalakos is available. And the same with a 3/4/4. Wishful thinking, of course, but anyways, we're going to play it that way. 7/5/7 defender, you got to pay 7. I'm going to pass on it. We're on heavy monocolor because we're only on 2 colors and we're going for devotion. So I'm going to say yes because it can enter with a +1/+1 counter. This guy is great. I just want to put him in here, even though, yeah, and I can sack it for free if I have Dalakos out. Or Dalakos. I'm going to call him Dalakos. All right. Cycle into mana. I'm going to pass. Power is equal to the number of artifacts and or enchantments. I'm going to drop in some enchantments, and I'm definitely going to have a lot of artifacts. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Make something a color of your choice. I'm going to pass on that. Scry 1, that's really good. And when you exile it, you create a token. That's actually pretty good. Even though it's a 1/0/2. Yeah, that's all right. It can be taken out later if I have too much of a good thing or a bad thing. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, put a +1/+1. We're not going to have that many, so no. Put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. In this format, with a lot of Theros cards, this is actually a pretty good effect. 4/06 that I can cast as a 2/06 in some cases, some instances. Get 2 tokens when it enters crew 2. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It doesn't fly, but choose a color, and whenever a spell of that color is cast, put a +1 counter on it. I'll take it. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, that's any permanent, pay 3 and create a token that's a copy of this card. I'm not on a lot of sacrificing of permanents in here, so I'm going to say no. So how did we do so far for our enchantments and our creatures? So these are all artifacts. So these are 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. 18 artifacts. And then for as far as how many of them are creatures, I'll just put them in their creature pile. And so there's some sort of a cross classification here because some things are artifacts, but they're also creatures. Okay, So there we go. So those are artifacts. They go into the artifact pile. And then these go into the creature pile. She's over there. And these are the true non-creatures. Okay, so now, so we have a lot of cards. Now, in some of the builds that I did before Theros 2, I would select some cards to not even discuss. In the next few builds, that's not going to be the case. So the builds are actually going to be longer. I have the white-green enchantment deck ready in piles right next to me. But I may not have enough energy by the time I'm done with this very long discussion of all the cards that I could put in here. So, but we're having fun. So that's what's not to like. This guy obviously is going in, has really good devotion, even though he doesn't fly. He's got the red source business on, but that's not that important in here. He's here for those 3 beautiful mana symbols. So I would say yes. I'm not on card draw. And so it protects itself a little bit, but I'm not really on card draw. And so this card's going to be like, you know, 2/4. And even though it's got 2 devotion, I don't care for it. Control deals damage to a player. Exile the top card. You may play that card. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Of course, devotion as aggro. Fantastic for this deck. Well, fantastic in any deck with a lot of blue devotion. This deck will help it. It's a commander deck, so that's fine. The same with the red dude from Theros. Yep, so give some free tokens. Yeah, I'll take it. Now the wing of serpent, leviathan, krakens, octopuses. I'm showing these cards here, but they don't belong in this build. I'm just showing them because I want to increase this theme as I add more Theros cards. These are fairly casual commons. They're all limited commons. They're not really strong. If this selection was like 6 or 7 cards, I would definitely put this theme in here, but I'm just going to say just outright no. I forget why I put this card in this pile. Maybe it's because it came from the Theros toolkit. But I mean, it's going in, but I'm going to put it with the creature pile to discuss later. So let's go through the blue-red cards. Okay, so let me clean my piles. Let me put more things on the creatures pile. And I'll clean up between videos as I always do. Tap a creature. I'm not interested in doing that. Defender for instants and sorceries. It's got okay devotion, but I'm going to pass. Amass is always a pick. I'm not strong instants and sorceries, but I will still take it. Draw your second card. Create a token for 6. Draw a card. Discard a card. I'll take it. Yeah, it's commander. I can have 6 mana for it later. Exchange control. That share a permanent type. That's a very nice trick. I want it. Flying haste. Yes. Each opponent. Yeah. Look at the top. Yeah. I mean, totally a shoo-in. Beautiful devotion, but not an effect that's going to be of any use in this deck. I would have to find ways to increase Jace's loyalty. Yeah, I'm not. It's a great card, by the way. It's just not a great card in this build. I'm not on elementals. I say that a lot. Red source deals 2 damage to any target. Damage +1. Why not? I'll put it in as a first rounder. Your opponents can't gain life. Create tokens. I'll put it in as a first round too. This constellation effect, I'm not sure that I'm crazy about, but I think as I crack more Theros 2, I'll change my mind probably. I always do, even with sets that suck. Gains flying, so it becomes a 4/3/3 flyer. That's okay, but I'll pass. Okay, so these are the blue, red enchantments, and I'm gonna discuss them in the next video. Okay.